Hold on. I'm getting a download. Welcome to another Coffee Time with John. Downloads. This is one of the latest new age terminologies that's out and about. Everyone's getting downloads. In the old days, they would call them epiphanies, moments of awareness. Now they call them downloads, and they associate this concept of computer downloads and the separate entities of spirit are now putting information down inside of something else. And that concept there is antithetical to everything I believe and everything Jeshua taught. Because you and the Father are one. Basically what happens in those moments where people are thinking they're getting downloads, in my opinion, is their consciousness is expanding and their veil is getting thinner and they're getting more information, and the downloads are downloads because they feel like truth to them. So they're coming to an awareness, an understanding. And I hear people say, I got a download. And they talk about these downloads. And I respect that's their belief. It's not my belief, and it will not be one of my beliefs, because the whole concept of getting downloads is the concept of separation from God. You're getting downloads from something separate, some external entity. I believe that the physical world it comes with a veil, and that veil obscures our view. It obscures our understanding. It obscures our consciousness. And I believe there are moments where we get moments of just real clarity. And those are called epiphanies. And one of the videos I did recently was about my $5 too much change and having that experience of my epiphany that stopped me from being racist. That was an epiphany. That would have been a download, right, in modern terminology. But I think when you start putting labels around things like that come with their own dogma, that there's some external God that is, or external force, or external universe, whatever, or even aliens. Some people say it's aliens, right, that are downloading information to you. I think you're actually, for me personally, I believe that you're actually getting further and further away from the source, from God, from consciousness, from the oneness of all. Because I'm going to use this quote again. When you seek a path will be laid before you. But until you turn the path back to yourself, you never find the doorway. So choosing to believe that there's some external force that's downloading information to you is the path you're going down. But when you realize that it's you, and why do I say this? Now, I've told the story several times now about my channeling experience, where over the course of time, the entity went away and it just became me. And the reason that was important was because I was coming aware that I am part of God, and I am bringing in information, and I am worthy of that. And I think a lot of this download stuff is all about the worthiness. They think they're thinking of something higher, something better, something bigger, something that's greater than they are, that's downloading information to them in trickles and in feeds, so that because they can't take it, or they can't take it all at once, or all kinds of reasons why people would think this way. But I really just believe it's an opening up of their veil, and really coming into a greater awareness of their oneness with God, and they're just labeling it as a download. And I think the labels themselves, and I talked about this in another video, the labels themselves can be harmful, can be detrimental. And labels are just words, and all words are imperfect, because the connection to source is in the feelings and the knowings, not the lots of vocabulary, and it really comes down to you coming to the space of realizing that downloads aren't really downloads. They're you coming into a greater awareness. And that's beautiful. That is one of the most beautiful things that can happen to you, coming into a greater awareness, an awareness of your own personal divinity. And the more you accept and embrace that, the greater your downloads, quote unquote, will be. The more your understanding will grow. Because when you realize that you're one with God and you start to experience what that love does and what that amount does, your consciousness grows. You get more and more knowledge that feels true to you. And I say that specifically. It has to feel true to you. If it doesn't feel true to you, then don't follow it. The Buddha said, believe no one, even me, unless it rings true to you. And that is the key. Follow your truth. And there are many of you who may believe wholeheartedly in this download thing. I completely respect that. I have found for me, the more of that dogmatic stuff I strip away, the more experiences I have, and the clearer I seem to become. And so I just go down that route because it's right for me. It rings true for me. And I find validation of what I'm saying in ancient texts and modern texts. I find it peppered throughout. And so to me, it rings true, and so I follow it. So that's my thought on downloads. And as far as the quote I had here, it was a comment, and she says, "What is this? Is downloads other sides?" The last thing she says, "I'm getting dizzy from this." Don't get dizzy from it. Just exhale, feel it, and allow epiphanies to happen. Because the more you get into the love element, the more your epiphanies or your downloads will happen. You have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye. Thank you so much for watching. The John of New channel is solely funded by your generous donations and purchases of private readings and merchandise. To help out, go to johnofnew.com or use the donation link in the description below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.